The Master Key System. Week 2. Master your mind. The Watchman at the gate. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and we are creators. Welcome to week 2 of the Master Key System journey. I'm Angelica, and I am so honored to walk this path with you. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the magic behind this curriculum. This work is not created in isolation. It was co-created in divine partnership with my sister in spirit, Gwen. Together we bridged the seen and the unseen to bring you these teachings from Charles Hannell. It is a testament to what happens when we open ourselves to collaboration, to wisdom, and to the flow of the universe. Nothing great is created alone. We are all connected. Now, let's step into our superpowers. So, last week, we learned to relax the body, to become still, so we could hear the whisper of the divine within. And if you haven't done that practice yet, I invite you to go back and begin there. Stillness is the foundation. And you cannot build a skyscraper on sand. Fortify your foundation. Today, we level up. Today, we learn to master the mind. Now, here's a truth that will change everything. And I am so excited to share this with you. You have 2 minds. And knowing this truth, accepting it, and understanding the difference between the 2 minds is the key to your sovereignty. First, there is your conscious mind. And this is the part of you that's listening to me right now. It reasons, it chooses, it decides. It is the captain of your ship. It has the power of volition, the power to say yes or no. But beneath the surface lies the subconscious mind. This is the ocean beneath the ship. It never sleeps. It beats your heart. It digests your food. It heals your wounds. It stores every memory that you've ever had. And most importantly, it creates the reality, well, your reality, based on the commands it receives. Think of it like this. Your subconscious is like a brilliant, loyal genie. It does not argue. It does not judge. It does not care if you're joking. It simply executes. Your wish is my command. If you say, I'm so tired, it says, yes, master, and it creates more fatigue. If it says, I never have enough money, it says, yes, master, and it will create more lack. But if you say, I'm whole, I am abundant, I am powerful, it says, yes, master, I will create more of that. The subconscious is a loom upon which the garment of your reality is woven, but the conscious mind holds the shuttle, and you are the weaver. This brings us to the core principle of week 2. You are the watchman at the gate. So, imagine your subconscious mind is a sacred garden. It is fertile. Anything planted there will grow, weeds or flowers. It does not matter to the soil. It simply grows what is planted. Your subconscious mind stands at the gate of this garden. Every thought you entertain, every worry, every fear, every dream, every affirmation is a visitor trying to enter. Now, most people leave the gate wide open. They let fear walk in. They let doubt walk in. They let other people's opinions walk in. And then they wonder why the garden's full of weeds. But you, Reverend Creator, you are learning to stand guard. When a thought approaches, you ask, does this serve my highest good? Does this align with the truth of who I am? If yes, you welcome it, you water it, you nurture it. But if no, you lovingly but firmly say, not here, not now, I choose peace. This is the law of attraction in its purest form. Mind is creative and will automatically correlate with its object and bring it into manifestation. You are not attracting what you want. You are attracting what you are, what you consistently think, feel, and believe. Now, this is my favorite part. Let's get metaphysical. How does this actually work? Thought is energy. It has vibration. When you hold a thought of love, your entire energetic field shifts to the frequency of love. And when you hold a thought of fear, you contract into the frequency of fear. The universal mind, the source of all things, responds to your vibration. It is like a radio tower. If you tune your receiver to 98.5, you get classical music. If you tune to 102.3, you get rock and roll. The music is always available, but you must tune your receiver to get it. So, your mind is the receiver, your thoughts are the dial, your life is the music. If you don't like the music playing in your life, you don't blame the radio tower. You don't blame the universe. You turn the dial. And this is why week 1 was about relaxation. You cannot turn the dial if your hands are shaking from tension. You must be still to choose. So, how do we become skilled watchers? How do we choose which thoughts get through? We practice. We practice, and not just in meditation. We practice in traffic. We practice in the argument. We practice when the bill comes in the post, when the phone dies, when the rain falls, when the plans get cancelled at the last minute. You get the idea. Our week 2 exercise has 3 parts. The morning guard. Before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, just take 5 minutes. Sit in stillness. Set your intention. Say, today I only allow thoughts of peace, power, and love to enter my mind. And 2, the thought catch. Throughout the day, catch yourself. Catch yourself when you feel anxiety rising, and then stop and ask, what thought just entered the gate? Was it, I'm not safe? Was it, I'm not good enough? And replace it immediately. I am safe. I am enough. And 3, the evening review. So before sleep, review your day. Where did you leave the gate open? And forgive yourself. Close the gate. Sleep in peace. Hanel himself, the author, he said, you will not be able to do this for more than a few moments at a time, but the exercise is valuable because it will be a very practical demonstration of the great number of thoughts which are constantly trying to gain access to your mental world. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. Every time you notice a thought and choose to release it, you are strengthening your Watchman muscles. and you are reclaiming your sovereignty. Let's practice together now. If you're driving, save this for later, but if you're safe, let's enter the temple of your mind. Find your posture, spine tall, hands resting, facing upwards, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose, filling your lungs, holding at the top, and exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing everything. Again, breathe in peace. Breathe out tension. One more time. Breathe in light. Breathe out limitation. Relax your body. Scan from your toes to your crown. Let go of anything holding you back. You're safe here. You're held by the universe. Now visualize yourself standing at the entrance of a beautiful sacred garden. This is your subconscious mind. It is lush, green, vibrant, full of potential. You are holding a golden key. You are the Watchman. Notice thoughts approaching the gate. Some look like dark clouds. Some look like bright birds. You do not have to let them all in. With love and authority, choose. This thought serves my highest good. Enter. This thought does not serve me. I release you with peace. Imagine yourself turning away a thought of fear. Watch it dissolve into light before it crosses the threshold. Imagine yourself welcoming a thought of abundance. Watch it plant itself as a seed in the garden. Now, let go of even the choosing. Simply rest in stillness. No thoughts, no effort, just being. If a thought arises, smile. Gently return to stillness. You are not your thoughts. You are the space around your thoughts. You are the watcher You are the peace. Feel the power of this stillness. This is where creation begins. This is where you align with the universal mind. Know that as you sit here, your subconscious is receiving your command. I am whole. I am powerful. I am free. When you are ready, wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep, energizing breath. Gently open your eyes. Exhale. Welcome back. How did that feel? Even a few seconds of conscious thought inhibition is a victory. Your practice this week is to do this exercise daily, same time, same place, same posture, and watch how your relationship with your thoughts begin to shift. Remember, thought concentrated on a definite purpose becomes power, and you are learning to concentrate. You are learning to choose, and you are learning to create. You are not at the mercy of your mind. You are the master of it. And remember, you do not walk this path alone. I'm here with you, and we are co-creating this reality together. I'll see you next week for week 3, where we will unlock the power of visualization. Until then, stand guard, choose wisely, create boldly. Love always.